I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time.
Hello there, friend.
Hi. I mean, we did retreat together, but we haven't done this in a long time.
It has been a long time since we've been in the living rooms or kitchens or wherever with our knitterly friends. End of August, if you can believe
Really?
it. Yes, end of August.
Wow. And here it is, Thanksgiving week, nearly.
I know.
And
Back
you
back when it was still warm in both of our places.
I know. Now it's not. Last week we had one night. I think I put it on Instagram when I got up in the morning at about 5:30 in the morning. It was -4.
That is insane.
That's no fun. I like winter, don't get me wrong, but that's a little early. I mean, Thanksgiving-ish in, mid-November is a little early for that temperature.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know whatever you get, we typically get a few days later. So
Yeah, it's like reverse of the mail. When you get your mail, it takes me another couple days.
yes. Yes. When you get bad weather or a ton of snow, I know it's headed our way in about 2 days.
Yep. But you finished your sweater.
I did finish my sweater.
Ta-da!
I know. I'm so excited. This is the Mycroft by Isabel Kramer. And I am super excited.
Ooh, that's lovely. Look at all that.
I love it. It is top down, broken rib. Look at that little raglan. Isn't that
That's
cool?
pretty.
And that little raglan goes all the way down the side.
Right? And you
It's not a
made that
raglan, it goes down the side.
remind me what yarn you used. I forgot.
I just used a Cascade superwash.
Yeah.
Yep. In a lavender color. And these are broken rib as well. And then on the bottom, the pattern calls, I modified it a little bit. The
Okay.
pattern calls right about here to be 2 regular rows of like stockinette.
Oh,
So it's like broken rib, stockinette, broken rib, but I liked it better.
just the consistency of that.
Yeah.
So it
I liked
matches the
that
top.
way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well
I
done.
am super, super happy with it. I have a ton of respect for people that do textured sweaters. Like,
That's a lot of broken rib. That's a lot.
oh my gosh, it was a lot of broken rib. I can't imagine doing the whole body in it as well.
You know what? It reminds me of when Karen, one of our patron friends,
Oh my gosh, yes.
Karen knitted the dude and the whole thing was ribbing. And we're like, what are you thinking?
Whole thing with color work. Yeah.
Crazy. And she made a
The
big one
zipper.
because it was for her son, grown up adult man,
The
son,
zipper
and
too.
child.
I know. I am so happy. I absolutely love it. So it's
So
getting
speaking of sweaters, I am still working on, I mean, I did the After the Rain sweater for my daughter,
Mhm.
but then we had, I don't know, just things, garden harvest, summertime. Then we had 2 retreats, one in Ogden in person and then the online version. And so I'm just now getting back to my After the Rain. So I'm on Slave Island. I'm just now getting back to mine and I want to finish it. But yeah, in progress. That's okay. But I finished my part. You saw on Instagram, I finished my part of the damn sweater.
I was so excited. I felt like confetti should be falling from the ceiling. Like, when you press a button and you get the woo. Oh my gosh.
I know.
I'm so excited.
It's out of my hands. But see, now here's the thing. My mother is monogamous.
Mhm.
So she's working on a sweater that is just a regular classic top-down raglan, but she's knitting it in fingering weight on size 1s. So I'm like, I don't know when she's going to get to the seaming of the damn sweater because she's monogamous and she's working on that right now. So I don't know if her monogamy, I don't know if seaming and finishing a sweater counts as adultery or not.
It does, because I have 2 socks that I need to darn, and they're staring at me over. I can see them from where I sit.
So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when she's ready to do it. It's fine. It's not like I'm going to nag her about it. I mean, it took me how many years?
No, but you'll need to convince her to come on the podcast so you can interview her while she's wearing the sweater so she can tell us about it.
I don't know if she'll do that. We'll see. But
That
I could probably convince her to take photos at some point when it's not
okay.
negative, whatever. And we can take photos outside. Maybe when it's not, icky brown on the Wyoming prairie. We'll figure something out.
That would be
But I'm not
cool.
gonna nag
I
her about it when
cannot
it took
wait.
me 4 years to knit it. I'll be like, "You done with that yet?" That would be kind of rude of me, wouldn't it?
Oh, I'm so excited about it. It's not even my
I know,
sweater.
I'm so glad. I'm like, "Here, have the crappy dog-eared magazine back." It's sat on my desk for a very long time and like, there's coffee stains on it.
And you just like all of a sudden you were just like cranking it out. Like,
Well, I was trying to get it done for her 80th birthday, but obviously I was like a week after.
okay.
But then it
Wow.
became clear she was not gonna commit adultery on her current project and be able to seam it to wear it at her birthday thing, so then I'm like, "Well, okay, that's fine." But it's off my plate. Hooray.
That is exciting.
Yes. Now, show me what else you're doing.
Well, like that I finished or I'm working on.
Finish. Let's talk about whichever. I mean, I had both right there, so we're not really category. Ooh.
Piles, piles of socks. Since we
Oh,
haven't,
wow.
I know, since we haven't podcasted in a while.
Lovely.
I am. So I have September from A Girl in Her Wool.
Or is that October?
I thought this was October.
I think you have them backwards
So this
because
is September.
let me look.
Awesome.
Let me look. Yes, this is September because
This
it's
is
written on the
okay.
label.
So this is September.
Yes.
Yes. With my little purple
Nice.
heels.
Yep.
And I got the DK I guess still the DK subscription.
Yep.
And then this is October. I think I did. Yeah. See, I did a better job on this one. This one, I forgot to watch your video on the jogless stripes. And this one, I watched the video on
Oh,
your jogless stripes.
okay.
So before, after. So
Here.
I
Now
know.
now let's compare. I only have one of mine done from October because I've been doing other things and I haven't woven in the ends. But I used the mini that it came with, and you decided to do something different.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the mini that it came with.
Oh, that's pretty.
And then this is my toe flap on the bottom, customizable toe up. And obviously, and I'm working on number 2. So yeah.
That is nice. I knew that I wanted to do stripes and I wanted a high contrast.
Yeah.
So this is her color overnight oats. I
Ooh,
always want to call it baked oatmeal.
but you got it right.
Yeah. You see me hesitate?
That's okay.
My cousin makes the best baked oatmeal.
But yeah, I went ahead and used the brown that it came with, and I like that quite a lot. So I'm working on number 2. Yeah.
That's nice. So that, and then I finished November already because, oh, I fell in love with the color. Look at that color.
That's lovely.
It's perfect.
It is.
That is like in my wheelhouse.
Yes. And so we'll talk about this just briefly because, Lauren's already made the announcement on her channel. So all this time we've been having our Yarn Club subscriptions.
Mm.
And so we're a little sad, but also happy for Lauren. She's closing up shop. If you hadn't already heard, go over and watch her podcast, which I'll link down below, to A Girl in Her Wool. And so she's closing her shop. She has one more update on the 10th of December, I believe. So here's my thing. Like, here's November that you just showed. And I'm like, I might or may not knit socks with that. I might combine that. I don't know. I might knit something else with it because I have some other skeins that might really blend well with this,
Oh,
or
pretty
like a larger project.
project.
We'll see. So having said that,
It would be really pretty if you had like a gray or something and you use this inside for like color changing color work.
yeah.
Oh, pretty.
So I don't know. So we don't have after this coming. I mean, we'll have one more shipment for clubs that we'll receive at the first part of December. But then after that, we are sock club-less. So put links down below if you have a sock subscription or, that you like, because, I might be looking. I'm not sure if I'm going to be like all happy to save that money every month or if I feel, I don't know. We'll see. But if you have a sock club that you enjoy, put a link or a comment down below.
You make us sound like orphans.
I know.
We're like sock orphans for a very happy reason. I'm super happy for her.
I'm happy for her too. I mean, we all have seasons in our lives where things have to change. And, that's been happening for me lately too with the farm. I just sold like half my herd, but it's a lot, and my helpers are going off to college and my mom is here now and my husband's working more. And I hope to be traveling more for Purl together and doing more classes and events. So I'm really happy about that. But, you come to these points in your life, we all do, where you reassess and, maybe it's a different season starting. And so I'm happy for Lauren because it's not an easy decision to make,
It's a brave thing to do.
Yeah.
To try something different. That's
of course.
Exciting. The new adventure of what you don't know will happen.
And, she might get some rest because she does have a regular full-time job.
Yeah, I think she was dying like before she went to work and after she went to work and her nights and weekends. And so
and it's a lot. It's hard. I mean, I think about, the farm, Purl together, my other freeze-dried candy thing, like all the things. It's a lot.
It is.
Yeah.
So I am super happy for her. And I'm stocked. I'll be okay for a little while.
We'll be okay. We'll be okay. It's not as if we don't have stash to knit from. So maybe this should be a knit from stash focus time. You think? Yeah.
I might.
Oh, okay. Can I show something I'm knitting from stash or do you want to go show something else?
That's okay. I have more that I finished.
Oh yeah. Show me that.
Yeah, I do. I made a hat, and this is one of my favorite hat patterns. I use it a lot. So it's called the neon striped hat. It's called the neon striped hat by Emily. And I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Turcotte, Turcotte. And it's linked on my Ravelry. So it is a free pattern. And I have done a gazillion of these. I love them.
And you did that specifically because isn't that one of your kids' school colors? Yeah.
Yeah. My son decided to start an outdoor sport and it's called spring, but they're going to be outside in February. And Central
That's not spring in Illinois.
And February is not spring. So I'm going to need something worn. So I made myself a hat. And then
what's he doing?
Lacrosse.
Cool.
Oh boy. Yeah, they had one exhibition game and it's pretty aggressive. You're like supposed to club each other with sticks. So I don't know.
Okay. So you have your school color hat.
So I have my school color hat and then I look at these socks.
That's fantastic.
Aren't these the absolute best? I love these socks. And
fun.
I'm so proud of myself because I will have to figure out where I made the mistake. So at the retreat, you taught us how to do an afterthought heel.
Mm-hmm.
You gave us a perfectly good pattern, perfectly good explanations. I followed it and looked and thought, that's not going to work, right? I'm going to move it about 1.5 inches. Because I'm smarter than the pattern. So shockingly enough, when I went to try them on, it was like duck feet or clown feet, where the end was so flappy because I put the heel in the wrong place. So it sat in timeout for quite a while.
But then you came out with the sock superhero skills.
I ripped it out.
The afterthought heel she took out.
Yep. And then let me even find, and this is crazy. I have to feel
look
it
for it.
Yeah.
So just for so let me explain to viewers. She had the heel just like it looks there, but it was in the wrong place. So she took it back out, took out the pink part, and then you did what?
And then I Kitchenered it together.
And then you couldn't even tell where it had, I
Kitchenered
mean,
it all together and actually okay, so you can see it. Well,
maybe if
and
you
this is
look really
oh,
close.
yeah, well, if I put it really close, then you can see my great big hole. I learned a lot. You know how you learn a lot?
Yeah.
See, right there is where I Kitchenered. And
Okay.
right there is my great big hole because I went over too many
Okay. But the
that
point
first
is
time.
that you took out your first heel, grafted it back together, then recut for the after
Yes,
heel. Skills. Boss.
I'm
You're the
so
boss.
excited.
You did
I
fantastic.
absolutely love these, as does the preteen in my house. So,
Sure. And you can sew up the hole.
yes.
It's
So, I
fine.
am super happy and I'm so excited enough
And
so
proud of
that
yourself for fixing all that.
yes, yes. And so, it's Zebra Yarns, and Anna is the dyer behind Zebra Yarns, and she's super kind and super polite and super fast, and she does custom colors.
Huh?
Because then once I knew these were gonna get snagged,
You got some more for yourself.
I did, but she had blue listed on her website, but I didn't know which blue, and so I messaged her and I sent her a picture of what I wanted,
Mhm.
and she made me, like, the perfect
Oh,
blue.
wow.
How kind is that? Like, we were messaging on a Thursday, she was dying on Friday, and the next
Oh.
week, this was in my hands.
Oh my gosh, zebra yarns. We'll put the
Yeah.
link down below. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Wow.
I
How cool is
absolutely love it.
that?
Yeah, because these are the colors, um, of my daughter's school, and my daughter is involved in a sport, which means fortunately, it's an indoor sport, so I'm thinking this winter, I will have some cute little boots with these black and white up on it
And
with
yeah,
blue.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool.
yes, so that is what I've been doing. My sweater,
Well, you did a lot
my
of
socks.
dishcloths too, because I follow you on Instagram at Kitchen Table Knits, and you posted a bunch of dishcloths that you made too.
Yep, I had a friend who was moving houses. That's my favorite go-to gift. Before I knit socks, I used to have a lot of them. Now I don't. I used to have a set, because if you're going over to dinner to somebody's house or if,
Huh?
just different kinds of things, they're nice
Sure.
to have on hand.
Yeah, it is a good gift. The dishcloths, or make them a little smaller for like face cloths, and then find somebody in your community that makes handmade soap. Great gift.
That is a great gift.
Love it. Hmm.
That
So
is
yes, I have a friend who he's a family friend, and you saw on my Instagram I am knitting another Musselburgh because our family friend, he has a very long beard. He looks like Gandalf beard because it's kind of gray and it's very long, like almost down to his belly button. And he used to have long hair, but he recently shaved it off or whatever. But now his head's cold, so so I'm gonna knit him a Musselburgh that's kind of extra slouchy, and then he's got a long beard, so he'll have like the dwarf vibe going on. It's
are you knitting it right now? Can you show us?
yeah, yeah. So
Oh.
this is the Musselburgh, and you start with the pinhole cast on, which or however, I mean, I guess some people do a long tail, I'm not sure, and then join it. I don't know. I use the pinhole cast on, and I have a video for that on the channel. And then I just do the increases. And I'm making he measured his head, so I'm making the large size, which will take more than one skein, but I have two of these.
Oh, nice.
I have about 8 ounces of this because I got this from Brown Sheep Company has a factory seconds store. It's part of the
Yes.
mill, and that's only like an hour and a half from where I live. And I have just had this in my stash, and so I took a picture and I sent it to him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." Kind of, boho earthy colors, and he liked it, and so there you go. But because I dropped the ball on the floor because it's the extra large, it takes, I think, like 600 something yards.
Wow.
Yeah, for like a 23-inch head circumference, and then the length that you would want to turn it inside itself, and then to make it kind of slouchy too. I mean, yeah, I think it's 600 something yards. But I
Wow.
know I have enough. I have like 8 something of this.
That's nice.
So here I go, and I'm knitting it on 2s. So yeah, it takes a while.
Knit, knit,
I
knit, knit,
probably
knit.
could have gotten away with knitting it on 3s, but I didn't.
Well, you know what a Wyoming winter feels like.
And when it's -4 and windy and the wind chill is -30 something, you wanna have those, I could see him, like, yanking it down and turning it up again so you have 4 layers on your ears and you don't get the ice cream headache. I mean, it's been so cold to make an ice cream headache when you're walking into the wind. You know what I mean by that,
Man.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I do, which is why I want one for myself.
Yes. So,
So
I'm gonna finish this one for him, and then I don't know, I'm gonna be Advent knitting because 'cause I'm gonna we're doing our daily vlog
I'm
again this
so
year with
excited
Anna.
about that.
I Thought I Know How that will start on December 1st, and I'm debating whether I'm gonna try to knit along every day or if that's just too much. Because I wanna finish some stuff, like my sweater and this and my socks. But it's
I'm just
fun. It's
I'm
fun to knit.
excited
It's
for
fun
this.
to knit as you go, though. I don't know.
I'm excited about, when it starts and seeing what you're gonna do and what you've chosen and what you're thinking about, and I love the discussions. You'll have to make sure and talk about the weather. I know. I love the weather part. When does that start?
December 1st. Yep.
Woohoo.
And so I have the Advent kit from A Girl in Her Wool, which it's going to be the last one. So I don't know whether I want to knit it or whether I want to just see it all and then decide. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
I see what you're saying, yeah.
And then I have the kit from Indie Untangled, which the premise of that was C to 2023. So she took a road trip, and then it's yarn shops along the way that contributed to the project. So that's
That's
really fun.
so cool.
But again, I don't think I'm gonna knit a sweater because that's risky and I don't know what colors and they're all different hand dyers. So do they coordinate with one another? Do they not? I know that Lauren's is a fade, like a gradient. So that would coordinate with itself. So what I'm considering is the habitation throw.
I have thought about that. That's nice.
And the thing about it is back in June when I pre-ordered the Advent kit, I was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, happy birthday to me." And I got 30-gram skeins. So that would make one giant throw. However, what I might do is just measure off 15. I might just knit half
Mhm.
in the habitation throw because that's still going to be, 25 times 70 yards because her 30-gram skeins are 135 yards. So it'd be whatever that is, 67 and a half yards. Is that right? Anyway, the point is I could reasonably knit 15 grams in a day. So I might do that.
It's fun to have options and choices and yeah,
Are you
I
gonna
used
do
to
any, like, Advent daily knitting or not?
I still have a half advent from last year that I have not knit.
Oh,
I
you could
know.
do that. You could start opening it with us December 1st and just knit half the skein each day and, draw it out.
So I'm debating. This is kind of the first time in a long time because December will be the last month for the sock club that
Yep,
I could plan like a larger piece because I did my socks and then I'd have one other thing going.
right,
Um, so I don't
right.
know. I'm gonna start a sweater.
Ooh, have you
Yeah,
planned it?
hmm?
Do you know what it is? Tell me.
Yes. It is the avalanche sweater.
Nice.
That is called the Avalanche, and it's by Heidi Kirrmaier.
Yes. Love
And
it.
it
She's the
is
same one who designed the After the Rain that we did. Yep.
yes, I forgot because I knew that. And then it will be one of these, and I'm not sure which. This is just a Barocco chunky ultra wool, so it will hold itself a little bit better for the cables.
And that color looks great on you.
I love that color. I also have a vintage chunky, and that's a blend, so it's a little more drapey. So I'm not sure that
Mm-hmm. You
I
also
love
look really
that.
good in that, but I feel like the green is more, not that you asked, but I feel like it's more wintry or
It
fallish.
it is. It's like a grayy green, and I'm super excited. So yes, I'm going to knit that. That's gonna be
Nice.
my next piece.
Mhm. I want to get the sweater done so I can knit other stuff. So then I thought about doing another Find Your Fade shawl with the Advent. But then I'm
Oh.
like 30 grams each times 25 days. That's like over 3,000 yards. So I could just do either I could do half
Mhm,
the kit that I know is a gradient, or half of each skein. See what I mean? So I could
mhm,
do like the 1,600 yards from day 1 to day 12,
mhm,
13. You see what I mean?
mhm.
And yeah, kind of leaning toward the habitation throw because daughter number 2 is going to be headed off to college in the fall and also wants a blankie. Remember, was it 2 years ago that I knitted the Radvent throw with my Advent kit, the Ambus pattern for the
Mhm.
Radvent throw, and that was lovely. And that was for first kid that went to college. Now the second kid's going to go in the fall and wants a blankie too. So, but she's not sure. She hasn't seen it, right? So she's not sure of the colors. So I'm like, well, maybe I'll just make it. And then if you like it, you take it. And if you don't, you leave it at home. Seems like the easiest thing to do.
Yes. Exciting.
So are you, yeah, I want to know. Okay, I'll have to message. You'll have to let me know if you're going to knit your half Advent with us. So I have those 2 Advent kits. Then I caved because you know how the last couple of years I've had the Kwanzaa box from Carolyn
Yes.
Jones of Chicken Coop Dyeworks, Chicken Coop Dyeworks, coopdye.com. I've had her Kwanzaa box.
Uh-huh.
So I messaged her because I caved and you know, I'm a sucker for a good fade gradient. And I read the
Mhm.
description and that's when I was like, oh, I said, Carolyn, do you have our pre-orders still open? She goes, yes. I'm like, oh. So I'll put the link for that down below because pre-orders are still open. And this is for Kwanzaa, which is the week between Christmas and New Year's. So you won't you'll receive it in time for that week. Make sense?
Makes sense.
And I'm going to have her on the channel as well. So look forward
Oh,
to
that'll
that.
be fun.
Yep. Look forward to that podcast.
That will be fun.
Yeah. So lots of fun things.
It is. Do you have other whips going on?
Well, yeah, I still have quite a few in my pile, but I did, finish a
Active whips. How about if you say that? Active.
oh. Well, I showed you the ones. The active whips are my sweater, the socks, and this hat at this moment. And then the other active whip will be the Advent, whatever I decide to do for that for December
Mhm.
on the vlog.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I have Bird and Begonia, Chloe from Needlepoint Joint in Ogden, Utah. And at our retreat, she made the hometown sock set
Yeah.
especially for us, which was really, really cool. Look at
We
that.
got first pick. Yep.
Oh my gosh, isn't it pretty?
It's lovely.
So I am working on this is sock number 2. And I'm
Show us
so
the first
excited.
one so people can see the contrast color that was
Yeah,
with the
so it's
set.
this beautiful gold. It truly is. It's like this gold. Look at that.
That's neat. Yeah.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look. Oh, that's lovely. Then
So
you did it
I'm
with
super
stripy
excited.
toe. Nice.
Yep.
You did, and that's a fingering weight, but you said it feels a little heavier, more towards a heavy
Mhm,
fingering. Like
mhm.
maybe a 6-ply-ish.
So it's going to make a nice sturdy sock that's still so incredibly soft. So, and just hiding it from my daughter because she doesn't believe that it's not hers.
There, yeah. You might be like, hands off, little one.
Well, I'm thinking this is the reason why I made shorties, because I thought if I make shorties with this, I will have enough of this. And then when I was there, I bought a mini skein set that she had.
Oh, there you go.
So what I thought I would do, I'll have enough of this to do like another type of
Yeah,
sock.
you could do the ones where you have a cuff and the heel and toe are all different colors. Remember
I,
those ones I did? They're by Summerly Knits. What were they? The
yep,
weekend shorty
weekend
something?
shorties.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fun.
She also has ones that are polka dots. And there's also the palette. Is it called the palette socks? I don't have those on my list. They're in my queue.
That's fun.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different options.
Lots
So
of
I'm
choices.
excited.
Yes.
I know.
We have stash knitting to do.
We do. That's what I'm debating. I'm
Yep.
debating on if I'm going to get into another sock club or if I am just going to. At first, I thought I was just going to buy. There's so many dyers that I would like to try out. And I thought
Yeah.
about buying from a different dyer once a month
Huh?
for a year. And then I also thought perhaps I could knit what I already own, like a Jill's Stash of the Month club,
Stash of the month club.
where I knit a pair of socks from my stash.
From what? That's not a bad idea. Because I'm pretty sure I could do that.
I would know what the colorway was going to be.
You wouldn't if well, I could do this
No.
while my kids are at home. Have
Uh-huh.
my kids package it up, and then I have no idea what they've
Oh,
let
what
them
they've
rummage around in
chosen.
my stash and let them make me a mystery package for each month.
Oh, there you go. You know what? A mystery package for me is pretty risky, pretty out there because, well, I knew that I liked them with a girl or a wool. I'm pretty traditional. In January, I'm gonna want to be knitting with winterish, blues and grays and whites. And in February, I'm gonna be wanting to knit with shades of pink. That's just me. So I'm kind of excited if I decide to do that,
Okay.
what I'll do.
Yeah.
My other whip, which I didn't bring it at my thing. It's waiting for a heel. You just did your tutorial on the shadow wrap heel.
Yep.
And so it's ready for the shadow wrap heel.
Yep. Fun. Oh, the other thing I want to do is make a bunch of teeny little socks like one of our patrons and our friends, Terry. She came to the retreat. Terry took a bunch of scraps and made teeny weeny little socks. And I have a mini sock ornament tutorial on the channel that I'll link below. And then she made this little garland.
Aw.
That's fun. And it only takes a couple hours to knit one of those teeny weeny little, ornament size. It'd be fun to knit a little garland.
Cute.
Yeah. So those are great though. If you want to do the little ornament thing for people for just to slip inside a card or for a care package box or that kind of thing.
It looks really cute as an embellishment on top of a gift. Like if you just wrap in brown craft paper and an embellishment, and then they can also put it on their tree for next year. Those are good things.
It's been a while. I'm glad we got to connect today to record this. Awesome.
Yeah. I am too.
Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited for you to be working on your hat. And I think next time I talk to you, you'll probably have the sweater done because I don't think we'll be together this way all of December. So
Well, yeah, probably not because I'm meeting up
yeah.
with Anne every day. And with the time difference, people are going to have to just get used to seeing me with coffee, potentially bedhead and bags under my eyes because we're going to meet every day. And for me, it's at 7 a.m. For her on the East Coast, that'll be 9. But then, it doesn't we have lives and other work and things to do. So we can't really break up our whole day,
Yeah.
So I agreed to get up, get my chores done and be online at 7 in my jammies. No, I'll try to process a little. Okay. See you next
That'll
time.
be good. Thank you so much. Happy knitting.
Bye.
Bye.